I'm Emily C. Bunrang, and tonight I'm going to be doing some meal prep. I am going to make some meatballs with barbecue sauce. This recipe is super tasty, it doesn't take long, and only requires a few ingredients. The ingredients you're going to need are 4 pounds of grass-fed ground beef, 2 free-range eggs, 1 medium onion chopped, 3 cloves of garlic minced, some sea salt. I like Redmond real salt because it's unrefined. And last but not least, Primal Kitchen barbecue sauce. I love this brand because they don't have any hydrogenated oils or added sugar. I forgot to mention you're going to need some kind of fat to cook the onions and garlic in. I have tallow here, which is beef fat that I rendered from the beef bones that I made for my bone broth. Remember, do not use any kind of vegetable oils. Use lard, avocado oil, coconut oil, or even ghee. Tallow works too. Got the pan preheated. You want it on low heat. Add the onion and garlic. I don't care about browning, that's why we have it on low heat, and I don't want my garlic to burn. Stir that up. We just want to get the onions soft. While the onions are cooking, we're gonna start making the meat mixture. We're gonna crack 2 eggs. I usually like cracking the eggs in a bowl in case any shells fall out. I can easily take it out. We're gonna place it in the bowl of meat. We're gonna add about 2 teaspoons of salt. I know that sounds like a lot, but we really want to get that meat flavored. Then we're going to use our hands to mix it up. The meat is cold on my hands. The onions got soft. If you don't have onions or garlic, you can use garlic powder and onion powder. That's fine. Onions might be a little hot, so you might want to let it cool down. I'm hungry, so I'm just going for it. I want to get this done. It's dinner time here in the C. Bunrang house. I have a pan with some tallow in it already. It was from the bones that I roasted earlier for the bone broth, so I'm going to just be using this pan. If you don't have that, you can also just line it with some parchment paper. Let's get a rollin'. So you want to roll the meatballs not too small because, I mean, this is 4 pounds of beef, and if you make little balls, it's just going to take forever to make. So about 1.5 inches. The first time I had meatballs was when I was in the Air Force. I worked in the dining facility as a cook, and one of the items on the menu that came up every week that we had to make was Swedish meatballs. And I learned how to make it and ate it, and I loved it. I've tried a lot of things for the first time when I was in the Air Force, surprisingly. It was the first time I had meatloaf, meatballs, fried okra, fried catfish. I was stationed in Oklahoma, so that's why we had a lot of southern dishes. I was able to fit all the meatballs on one pan. It's okay if they're closed. They're not gonna stick together like cookies do. Poured some barbecue sauce in a bowl because I'm going to be basting it for some flavor right on top. These aren't the most perfect balls, but that's okay. You're gonna eat them anyways. Now what you want to do next is let it get to the sides, and you're going to kind of rub it so it falls over to the whole surface. Don't worry about not getting the other side because you will have some barbecue sauce on the side to dip it in. Now we're gonna pop it in the oven. The oven's at 350 and I'm gonna pop these babies in for about 15 minutes. I like my meatballs a little pink inside. If you like yours well done, you probably wanna leave it in for a little bit longer, but in 15 minutes, I'm gonna come back and check in on it. It's been 15 minutes, I'm gonna have a look at the meatballs. They're still quite raw because I made the meatballs pretty big. I'm gonna leave it in for another 10 minutes. We'll check back again. So the meatballs are finished. They took about 25 minutes total to get a little pink inside. We're gonna get to tasting and I have my special guest, Andy, come on down to have a taste with me.
Oh wow, what do we got going today?
We've got some meatballs with barbecue sauce.
Smells fantastic.
Go for it.
All right. As a strict carnivore, I would say you could probably ease up on the sauce. However, if you're more of a hybrid carnivore and you have a small percentage of your food being plant-based, then why not? I mean, even as a carnivore, food gets boring, and that definitely makes it less boring.
It's keto-friendly, paleo-friendly, and hybrid carnivore-friendly. I've got my Tupperware over here. I love using these Pyreexes. I like glass because grease doesn't really stick onto it versus if you were to use plastic Tupperware. All you do is just line them up, just like so. And they're just gonna be easy to see through because they're clear, so you know what's in it, and you know that you gotta eat it and you won't forget it. There you go, we got 6 meatballs in there. These meatballs are so flavorful. You really get the taste of the onion and the garlic and a little bit of the sweetness in the barbecue sauce. So there you have it. It's Andy approved. I really hope you enjoy this super easy, super quick, limited ingredient recipe for meatballs with barbecue sauce. I'll see you guys later.